So excuse me, I just woke up. It's been a grumpy morning, and it's kind of still grumpy. So this video is gonna be a little bit grumpy. Like, let me ask you a question. How many of you raise your hands like calling customer service, waiting on the phone, and then being read a bunch of robotic information that you're not looking for? Like, that happened to me this morning when I was calling a customer service for my credit card. We had a problem. They I didn't lose my card, but for some reason they sent me a replacement card, which I didn't get. And then suddenly my current card got deactivated. I can't use it. Oh, what am I talking about? Yeah, so then like I call and they're like, "Hey, thanks for calling credit card company. If you want, here's your balance. We're gonna read you your balance and your last 5 transactions. Here you go." And I'm like, "Dude, that's not what I want." And it's like, and then after they read it, it's like, if you would like to do this, press 1. If you'd like to do that, press 2. And I'm just like, why can't I just press a button and get to somebody so I can explain my problem so I can get my stuff done? Like, I feel bad for those customer service representatives, because I'm sure that through all the layers and gauntlets of crap that customers have to go through, let's say like I wasn't mad when I called this morning, but after going through all those layers, I suddenly was. Like, have you ever gotten the one where it's like, "Oh, okay, so what's your name?" This is the robot still talking. "Oh, please give us your social security number and your birth date." And then you give it to him. It's like, "Okay, thank you. Now we can prepare your information correctly." And then they transfer you to the agent. And the agent, the first thing they ask is like, "Okay, can I get your social security number?" And it's like, what the hell was the point of me giving it to the robot if I'm going to have to give it to the agent too? Yeah, I mean, I really want to stay away from making videos that like complain and are negative and are bitchy. But I wish I could. I don't even know who to ask. I wish I could call up, whatever, all these customer service things, and like try to figure out what's the logic behind. I get it as a business owner that you want to try to take as much out of people's hands as possible, because a robot costs you less, and if you can pay the robot to do it, then you can save some money. As a business, somebody who works in business, in the restaurants and running a business, I can understand the thought behind it, but at some point it makes it not worth it. Like, if you're hiring robots to do all this stuff and they're constantly screwing things up, or they're constantly not getting, like, it's like, okay, for instance, I call like Xbox customer service a lot too, right? And a lot of times, like, when I call Xbox customer service, it's always about some weird thing that happened. Like, "Hey, I bought this game and the code doesn't work." Or there's a mischarge. Like, when I bought something on Xbox, the website, it said $9.99, but for some reason my card got charged $20. So that stuff, that's the only reason I would call in. But especially with Xbox, when you call in, they give you this gauntlet of crap that it's like, "Are you calling to find out when your membership expires? Are you calling to change your billing address?" I was like, "Dude, and then they'll say, "You can do all this online and on your own time without," and basically what they say is, "You can do all this online without bothering us. Don't call us. Just go online and take care of it yourself." And in my mind, it always plays in my head. I'm like, dude, if this was a problem I could have done online, I would have already done online. The reason I'm calling is because it's a special case. And yeah, so I just don't. I mean, maybe I'm just like in the tiny percentile of people that actually has these problems, and like 90% of the people are just 99% of the people are just calling and saying, "Hi, I'd like to know the balance on my bank account, please." Because it's not me. Yeah, and I don't believe it's the general population either, because I think the general population is, especially now, is smart enough to figure that out. They're smart enough to say, if I wanted my bank account balance, I would just check on my phone, or I would log on to my online. Or if I called, I would be smart enough to listen through the menus and then hit the button that tells me what my bank account balance is, and not have to have you read it to me as the first thing that happens when I call in. Please, 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 internet and people on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this, tell me that you guys have the same problem and are not idiots. It's like, it's just funny because I just saw, like, in Japan they just shut down pager service today, like today, or like this month they're shutting it down. 50 years after the pager was built, and also like probably 20 years after the pager stopped in America. They're just now shutting it down in Japan. And like I'm sure there's certain people who are like still using checks, and you know, old people who can't, you know, figure this stuff out. Sorry, but I mean that's got to be like a super small section, right? Like am I so old that phones? That's a good question. Am I so old that phones are not like phones are considered an old method, and maybe that's why I'm getting upset. Why am I calling those? Should I not be calling phones anymore? Like, because I feel like there's stuff on the online that you can't. I always feel like websites are always trying to get you to the runaround. They're trying to, like, I don't want to take the problem, so let me transfer you to something else. And the same thing with websites too. I'll go on, it's like, I need to take this thing. There's no option for the thing I'm looking for, and it's like, here's the help section on a website. You could click this to find questions to your answer. Here's the community section. Ask the community. Like I fucking trust some random dude on the internet in an internet thread or message board to just give me the correct answer. You know, most times it's like, hey, how do I solve this? And then the answer is like, Google it. And then the last one is, there's a chat option. It's like, here, click this to chat with somebody, and they'll blink you the answers. And then the last one is like telephone call, and the telephone call is like, oh, well, we're only available between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. So you have to call us between those times, Monday through Thursday. And it's always also going to be, you know, some outsourced phone call labor that, you know, you're going to have a hard time talking to and discussing. And they're just going to be reading down by the manual anyways, so. Okay, cool. I feel a lot better. Now that I got that. Dude, that was awesome. Now I feel a lot better. I'm awake. Shut up, Google. Don't do that. Don't. Stop. I feel a lot better. No, it's good. That was therapeutic. But yeah, let me know if you feel the same way, because I can't be the only one, right? I'm not that old and a dinosaur so much that I'm not right anymore. Thanks, guys. Bye.